Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Hello everyone, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Gobind and this is your Channel for Grace. Thank you guys so much for being here live, and thank you those of you that are watching the replay. I'm excited. I was here just last night doing an awesome new moon ceremony. We just had that new moon in Capricorn, so we're kind of coming off of that energy, and now it feels like, okay, the year has begun. I don't know if you guys have been feeling that, but that is what is going on for me. I have also been hearing from many people actually that there are some crazy things going on, like in your life, things that feel very much like everything's falling apart. And if there's one like droplet of wisdom that I want to give to everyone that's watching is to feel that no matter what's going on in your life, there is an anchor, and you are anchored. You are tethered, you are anchored, and just trust that you're not going to just fly off into the wind. You are going to understand, and you are going to be in a place where you understand the higher perspective of everything that's going on in your life. Just wanted to say that before we kind of dive in, but I do want to say hi to everybody that's in the chat. Mama Ocean, welcome in. Veronica, welcome in. Hello, Joan. Hello, Melanie and Tamika. Hello, Nelvin. So good to see you. Maricela, Valerie, how are you? Chanel, Christy Ann. Thank you guys for saying hi in the chat. And those of you that are not in the chat but that are watching, hello and welcome. And I hope that you're hopefully having a good week so far, although it's only Monday. Joan says, I'm anchored but surprisingly moving. Yes, I feel the same way. Angie, welcome. Dawn, welcome in. So what we do in this video, which I do every week, Amanda, welcome in, at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, is I talk about the astrology of the week, and then I also do a card reading. So this is our weekly card reading. Hello, Deb. Welcome in. And I pull my usual 5 set of cards, which tell us about our intuition, the challenge for the week, the overall theme, the wisdom from our ancestors, and also the animal spirit that wants to kind of guide us through this energy. I feel fucking great. I mean, and trust me, I'm here because I went through some gnarly shit like 2 weeks ago. Not going to sugarcoat it. It's been insane, but I feel like I'm coming out of it kind of on the other side of it. And I'm excited. I'm excited for what is to come ahead. And this week, we actually have a very powerful thing going on. So why don't we go ahead and start to talk about it? Before I actually dive into this one event that's literally going to mark our whole lives, is I want to invite you to download my free moon astrology guide. There's a link below to do that in the description. And it'll tell you what your psychic gifts are based off of your moon sign. It's also going to enter you into my email list, and that's how the best way to stay in touch. I also want to invite you to join our Starseed membership. We just started with Capricorn season. So once you join, you're going to get access to all of the things that we've done so far, which is we had 2 live events. We had a winter solstice ceremony. We also had an Akashic healing chamber for New Year's Eve. I've uploaded a meditation, and I've uploaded videos as well, the astrology and the theme of the whole month of Capricorn season, as well as Jupiter and Pisces. And I'm going to continue adding more videos. In fact, this event that's going on this week, I will be creating a video and doing a special reading for the membership group. And I'll tell you in a second what that is. But I'm sure you guys can guess what this week is all about. So that is what I want to invite you guys to. And also, if you are new to the channel, or if you've been referred to me by someone who enjoys watching my videos, I would love for you to subscribe, to also hit the notification bell so you get notified of when I go live and when I upload videos, and also give this specific video a thumbs up so that YouTube can share me out to more people that love astrology content and things that I do here. Also, the Moon Goddess training begins in less than a month, and I am so excited. We just got done doing an interview, a live interview with my friend Shannon, who has been in the Moon Goddess training multiple times, and she shared her experience of being in it and what she got out of it. So I would recommend that you guys go to my Instagram at Channel for Grace and check out that interview, and also other interviews that I've done with Moon Goddesses, graduates from the program, because it's 26 days. Oh my God. I can completely guarantee that the experience will be amazing, and that it's going to be exactly what you need exactly in this moment. And we're going to dive really deep this time. It's an 8-week long program. The first time we've done 8 weeks, usually it's 6 or 4 weeks. So I've been extending it. So it's exciting. And I hope that you join us there. And I can feel that this is going to be sort of a blast off energy for us in 2022. It's really cool that we're starting like right towards the end of January. It's actually, we're starting technically on the new moon in Aquarius, which is the Chinese New Year of the Tiger, which is that sacred divine feminine, the lunar forces. So if you are desiring, curious, want more information, click the link below. And if you have any questions, always you can leave a comment. You can send me an email. I would love to talk to you about it. I think it's going to be, I personally can't freaking wait for it. So there we go. I wanted to share that with you guys. And also, let's talk about the astrology. Hello, Valerie. Welcome in. And Joan, I think I said hi already, Traylene. But I'm really glad to see you guys here. And I love doing this Monday night show. So what's going on this week that is significant? Well, the main event is nervous. Don't be nervous. I mean, in a good way. The butterflies are a good thing. I love that actually, that you are nervous about it. That's actually really cool, because it's a sign that you're ready to expand. Because sometimes we're afraid of expanding and growing, but I think that you're ready because you have that like kind of excited, nervous energy. So Venus is going to conjunct the Sun this week on the 8th. What day is today? Today's the 3rd. So the 8th is Saturday. This Saturday is the most important event of the week, but also could very much be one of the most important events of the entire year. We've been building up to it this past month or so. And this Venus transit through Capricorn is like a 5-month long transit because she's going retrograde. She's already retrograde, and she's going to conjunct the sun while retrograde. And then she's going to go direct and continue and pass over the sun again and over Pluto again. And she basically hits Pluto 3 times, which is a huge deal. Very unique thing. We haven't seen this. We've never, I don't think we've ever seen this in our lives. Venus retrograde in Capricorn over Pluto during her inferior conjunction. Like this is the transit that is the most significant. So why is this significant? Well, Venus has a very unique, sacred geometrical cycle. She is an evening star, and you can see her in the sky as the sun sets. She rises for 9 months, and then she goes retrograde and does this conjunction with the sun, and then she becomes the morning star. So every morning as the sun is rising, so does she. Venus rises in the morning. Now there's a very beautiful duality with those two energies. We have for the last 9 months had an evening star Venus, which is the celestial Venus, which is the magic of the heaven. And for the next 9 months, we're about to start this 9-month long process where Venus is a morning star. And so she awakens within us the rising of the phoenix in a way, because when you go through the night and then you rise in the morning with the sun, it's a very phoenix-like awakening. The other thing is that she's very close to the earth during this time. So we feel that the issues of relationships on the planet are a big deal. So this is about the realm of relationships right here in the moment. And what ends up happening during every single Venus retrograde is relationships change dramatically. Specifically with Venus retrograde in Capricorn and this inferior conjunction with the sun, what ends up happening is we're stepping into sovereignty. We're learning what we really want. We're seeing with clarity for the first time the relationships in our lives that are meaningful and that bring us inspiration or support for us, our true selves, for the future. And we're also seeing those relationships that don't. And we don't desire to have things in our lives, relationships in our lives right now that are not really playing that kind of supportive role. Or what we see is the unveiling of what's really going on. So the truth can't hide during this time. And that's why it's difficult. And we end up having to make difficult decisions. Like, is this the right relationship for me? Is this the right connection with someone? Is this relationship giving me what I need, or just draining my energy or wasting my time? And we are invited to reflect on these very powerful questions, and to also not just reflect, but to make decisions. And that's why you can, during Venus retrogrades, there's a lot of breakups because people recognize what's going on. It's like it takes away, it thins the veil. It takes away like the sugar that coated everything. Like there's no more sugar, right? There's no more sweetness in it, in the sense that there's just like raw truth. And that's what you guys have been feeling. And I know that this can manifest in many, many, many different ways. But one of the most powerful ways that it's going to manifest in, and that you're going to see it, is in your personal, like more intimate relationships. Also in your business relationships, or in the relationships with you and how you show up for the world. Because that is the theme of Capricorn. So if you are willing to do what it takes to really truly have the kind of relationships that you want. And what does that actually mean, though? It doesn't mean that you stop having these codependent relationships and try to find someone that's not codependent. Because the truth is this: if you are in a codependent relationship, and let me give you some raw truth. If you're in a codependent relationship, you are codependent. You're not a victim here. That's a Venus retrograde. Like, wake up. You're not a victim. You're creating this, you're manifesting this. This continues to happen because you're a part of the equation. Without you, there's no equation. There's no answer, right? There's no equals nothing. It just dissolves. And that's why the only way to really stop being in codependent relationships, unless both people are aware and consciously working on reflecting on, why am I codependent? Where is this coming from? It's not really about the relationships as much as it is about you realizing where you're at and where you want to be and how much space is between here and there. And that's self-work. And that's the truth, is that it forces you to see not just the faults or the negative habits in someone else, but how much you're also participating in that and allowing it to happen and letting, just perpetuating it. That's the key here. That's why it's so hard. It's because we realize that, crap, like, I'm just as much part of this and I'm just as much creating this that I don't want. And I feel like a victim, but the truth is that I'm not a victim. So, yes, I love that, Maricela. It's a pattern of behavior. And so you have to go deeper. You have to go deeper and you have to ask yourself, what are those patterns? And do I want to be that pattern? You actually have a choice. And the cool thing about coming into an awareness of how you are in relationships is that at that point you have a choice. But it's kind of hard to consciously make a bad choice. You know what I'm saying? That's why it feels difficult. And that's why it's tough. It's like tough love. It's like you got to make the right choice even though, and blah, 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 blah. Right? You have to choose the right thing even though blah, 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 blah. The list goes on and on and on and on. And there can be a million excuses as to why you shouldn't make the better choice. Not the right choice, but maybe the better choice for you. If you consciously choose the choice that's not going to get you out of these situations, it's going to be like turmoil. In your own mind, it'll be chaotic because you'll be in such an intense conflict with yourself. This is what happens. Okay, let me give you an example of a toxic relationship that eventually ends because one person in the relationship realizes, I'm done. I am fucking done. Here's what happens. So you're in the toxic relationship and you are unaware of your codependent habits. And you're unaware that you're just as much a part of the equation as the other person. But what you do in that moment is you blame everything on the other person. It's their fault. It's their fault. They're doing this to me. They're like this. They're like that. I'm perfect and I'm not doing anything wrong. And I'm trying to make it better. And I'm trying to help them see this so that we can work this out. But they're the asshole, right? That's how it starts. Okay. And if you're in that space, know that that's just the beginning, because what's going to happen, and I'm giving you this example, but I'm talking from my own experience. Okay. I've gone through this. You start going, we can fix this. Like, I want to try to help fix this. I think we can make it better. I think we can both, we can heal this, except you talk to the other person and they don't even care. They're not on the same page. They don't even think there's anything wrong. And so you start feeling conflicted because you start getting confused. Like, am I wrong? Like, is it me then? Is something wrong with me? And the truth is that there's nothing wrong with either of you because you're exactly where you're supposed to be at the exact time. But what happens after that is that you start to get uncomfortable in the relationship because you start to realize, wow, this isn't just at a certain point you start to recognize that the pattern is being held together. You are part of the equation. 1 + 1 = 2. And if there was no 1, if there was a 0, 1 + 0, it would be just 1, right? But you realize that you're part of the issue. At some point you start to recognize that. And when you start to recognize that, it's almost like we go into denial. For some reason, we go into denial and we think we can fix it and we think we can make things better, and nothing changes except it gets worse. And now you're there, like standing, watching yourself do all these negative habits. Like you're watching yourself create the codependency and create the victim perpetrator scenario over and over. So when you're in that space, eventually what's going to happen is you're going to be like, shit, I can't fix this. So I don't want it. But what do I do? If I can't fix it because I understand that I can't change someone and I can't make someone see anything the way that I see it. And now I realize that I'm just as much as part of this equation as the other person. And I realize that something's triggering me within this relationship, and that thing that's triggering me comes from not this relationship, but from my childhood. Something that happened a long time ago, something that I learned while I was growing up. This trauma that I've carried for my whole life is being triggered by this person. But it's not that this person is a bad person. It's just that we're like pushing each other's buttons, and because this is all we've known, we don't recognize what we're doing, but we're destroying each other. So you then end up making a choice, hopefully. Because if you don't make a choice, things get worse. They get worse because what happens is you're going to turn that anger on yourself, and eventually you're going to be like, oh, this is what happened to me. It's my fault this situation is going on because I'm still here and I know I shouldn't be here. And that's kind of one way that this unfolds, is we end up realizing, crap, I'm just as much part of this problem, and the only way to solve this is I need to go figure myself out. But I can't figure myself out within this dynamic, within this relationship. I need to figure myself out on my own, outside of this. So that's when the healing starts. And yeah, you might lose relationships. You might have to cut people off out of your life, but that isn't the end of the resolution. The real thing that needs to happen is you got to heal. You got to do your own deep, soulful, internal healing, which you realize then that the whole issue had nothing to do with the other person. And if you had been maybe in a better space, and maybe if they have been in a better space and they had dealt with their stuff, that you guys would have actually been able to have a mature adult relationship with each other. It's possible. Having a mature relationship, this is very Capricorn. This is Venus in Capricorn. Having a mature relationship means that you both have to understand that you're both human, but you can't blame each other for things. You can't throw the blame on each other, because really there's 2 and 1 + 1 = 2. And that and when you have true, and I mean true communication, to the point where, check this out, you are willing to let go of the relationship, even though you love this person and you don't want to let them go, you are willing to let them go if that is what they want, if that is what they feel they need, because you know that you cannot control someone else. And when it turns into the need to control, you're in that codependency again. Do you love someone enough to understand that people are human and things change? And they will always change. When you let go of that need to control and the need for it to be a certain way, that's when you've really reached a higher level of understanding about what relationships are really like. And when you reach that point, you realize that you have some fucking amazing connection with someone, and you would never let that go because you know you're probably not going to find that anywhere else. You get me? So Venus retrograde in Capricorn. Capricorn start point. That's the most important thing that is going on this week. The moon is going to go through Aquarius. It's going to go through Aries. It's going to go through Pisces, through Aries, and then through Taurus this week. So we're going to see that kind of unfolding. But really the main, most powerful thing is this conjunction with Venus, which we'll talk some more about it on Wednesday. When I do the Wednesday reading, The Magic of Venus. But I want to pull some cards for us because I would love to get some insight, right? Some intuitive insight about this energy for all of us, because this is we're all experiencing this individually, but we're also experiencing this as a collective. This is what's happening on the earth. So expect things to shift because that is the nature of what's going on right now. And expect people to also need time to figure it out. But people are snapping out of it. Let's just say there's a big hypnosis going on. If you can hypnotize someone and take them into a past life, you can hypnotize them with anything. Who do you think has that information? So, people are waking up from a hypnosis, and the forces that be, which is actually very Pisces. Pisces energy is very much illusion. It can be dreams. It can also be nightmares. It's illusions. And the reason I'm saying Pisces is because Jupiter is in Pisces and so is Neptune. And it's going to be a very Pisces kind of a year. Don, that's hilarious. How about the media? Yeah. So people are waking up from a slumber. However, there's going to be a big push towards keeping people in the dark. Like, you should not know what's going on. You can't know the truth because you can't handle the truth. No, but you can. Anyways, I'm getting off topic there. But it's a big deal because there are so many things that are happening right now at the same time, and they're culminating. They're culminating this year. It's not going to like magically go away. That's very important. We need to recognize this, is that whatever's going on in the world, it's not just going to magically go away, because we are entering a phase in humanity where humanity is waking up. The full wake up mode hasn't happened yet, but it is getting there. We are definitely getting there. So it's important to remember that also there's divine timing for everything. And people will wake up when they're ready. And if they choose not to wake up, that's their prerogative. I just dropped our animal card. So let me pick that up. So huge shifts on the planet, Expect some wild, this is going to be a wild ass year, y'all. Wild. Okay, what do we got? Ooh, these are interesting cards. Intuition, 10 of Wands. This week, you may be feeling like there's a lot of burden. There's a burden. There's like a heaviness that you're carrying. You're carrying the weight of the world. You may feel like you are carrying more than just your weight. If you do feel this way, though, you can choose not to carry it. That's a choice. You may also feel like you're carrying the weight of more than just you, like you're taking on a lot. And if you're taking on a lot, you have to understand and ask yourself maybe why. Why do I feel like I'm the one responsible? Why do I feel like I'm the one that needs to take care of this? Why am I trying to do it all myself? Because that's very Capricorn too. The Capricorn energy definitely says, I'm going to make it there. I know it's going to be hard. I don't care. I'm going to take it step by step. I know that this is a journey. I know it doesn't come right away, but I want to be responsible. I want to take ownership, but don't overdo it at the same time. But take responsibility. Take responsibility and then start to walk one step at a time. Put one foot in front of the other as you move forward in life. The Hierophant is the challenge. So the challenge is your connection to your spirituality, your connection to that thing that is bigger than you. The Hierophant is like the priest or the sage or the enlightened one. The Hierophant holds the wisdom. So the challenge is to see the wisdom beyond what the eye can see. What is the overall theme of this week? Hell yeah, the devil. Oh yeah. Dude, these archetypes are fun. The devil, the dark side, the duality, the dark versus the light. The overall theme of this week is this deep, soulful, intense change to the point where it's unbearable. In this card, there's also a snake, and of course, right, the image of this, is this a bull? A bull's skull? It looks like a uterus. There's a very sacred divine feminine energy about the yin side of life, like the dark feminine, the dark goddess, like Kali. This is Kali energy. If you guys don't know about Kali, we talk about her in the Moon Goddess training, but she is the goddess, the Hindu goddess, that basically chops people's heads off. She wears a necklace of skulls from people that she's like defeated. And this is about understanding the darker side of life, the more dense, the denser side of life. This is the overall theme. We are diving into that density. However, even though it feels like we are never going to come out, we are going to come out. So this is what we're dealing with right now. It is also we're dealing with our addictions. We're dealing with our negative patterns. We're dealing with those things, the shadows. We're dealing with our own shadows. Can you trust the wisdom? It's going to be hard because how can this negative thing that's happening to me be wise? How can this horrible thing that's happening that I don't understand, that has no logic, be something wise? How can there be wisdom coming out of what's going on in my life? Well, the truth is that there is. There is wisdom. It's just a matter of, are you able to get to a place where you can see that wisdom? The wisdom from the ancestors, there's two cards that came out. One of them is the Queen of Swords, and the other one is the Justice card. So the Queen of Swords, so our spirit guides are saying, you need to be clear. Get clear about what you want. Get clear about what you think. Make decisions, but through a clear mind. And the Justice card is the way to bring balance and harmony into your life is to get clear about what you want and what you need. That is the most important thing that you can do for yourself this week. Clarity, stand strong, communicate clearly with others. That is what is going to help you find balance in your life. And the animal that we got is the moth. This is an interesting animal. I'm going to pull it up and then I'm going to tell you guys all about it. So why the moth? So the moth is impulsive, it's hasty, and it's also wishful. This is a little bit about being pessimistic. So the moth is sure the grass is greener on the other side. So this is a little bit about blaming the other. It's the other's fault. You know, if my situation sucks, it's like lack mentality, but also low self-esteem, those kind of things. The moth is sure the grass is greener on the other side. Moth energy is at play when we're attracted to easy solutions or anything shiny and new. This can lead to unfinished projects, disappointment, or burnout. It's helpful to remind moth personalities that life is complex. No matter the illusion, no one is exempt from the trials and tribulations of this great journey. Let me repeat that. No one is exempt from the trials and tribulations of this great journey. That's very Venus in Capricorn. Practice seeing life as an infinite mystery rather than wishing it was easier or different. Wow. Practice seeing life as an infinite mystery rather than wishing it was easier or different. What a powerful message for this week for us from the moth. I'm going to pull one card from the Wisdom Keepers. I want to see what the Gene Keys want to tell us about this energy. All right. Ooh, I like this. I really like this. So we get the 62nd gene key. The 62nd gene key. Precision. Oh my God, there's one hiding behind it. Okay. The 62nd and the 63rd. We'll go through both of them. Precision and inquiry. Oh my God, these two are really cool cards. The woman has the lotus flower, and then the man has the elephant, Ganesh. So we've got precision and inquiry. So let's talk about precision first. The 62nd gene key has the shadow of intellect, the gift of precision, and the city of impeccability. Intelligence is of the heart, whereas intellect is of the mind. My gift to you. I want you to know the difference between the intellect and true intelligence. The intellect is your mind's ability to think, gather facts, and manipulate knowledge through language. It is wonderful, but limited. The more intellectual you are, the less true intelligence you use. The next time you look around you, look with your whole heart. Take in the essence of our mysterious world deep into your soul, and you will begin to taste true intelligence. From this place, you will care less about potential humiliation and more about speaking, writing, and investing with love. Inventing with love. In the language of simplicity, you will become an embodiment of precision and transform the world. Whoa. And then the 63rd gene key, inquiry. With the shadow of doubt, the gift of inquiry, and the city of truth. The human logical mind is simply not designed to be certain of anything other than paradox. My gift to you. I come to celebrate your love of inquiry, but also remind you that your inquisitive mind and gift for doubting are best used in service of the world, not in service of beating yourself up. See if you can remain genuinely curious about life without insisting on finding answers. Whoa! Stay open to learning as your understanding of life becomes increasingly complex and paradoxical. Be curious about your own suffering, for it will open your compassionate heart. One day, your brilliant mind will lead you back to yourself. And how could it not? You are forever intertwined with everything you've ever learned. Wow. So, that was beautiful. Precision and inquiry. Constantly being in a state of curiosity. Constantly being in a state of wanting to know, but knowing that there really is no finite answer to this. Life is a mystery, and it will always be a mystery. Sometimes we'll have good experiences, sometimes we'll have horrible experiences. But the truth is that there is wisdom in everything, and there's also neutrality. From the eyes of the divine, from the perspective of God, it is all neutral. That's why you won't see God being vengeful. God is literally only love and neutrality. We think of God as being the light, right? Good instead of bad. But the truth is that neither is good or bad. It just is. All of your experiences are just are. And you chose to have these experiences, especially if it's intimate. We're talking about relationships, Venus retrograde in Capricorn. Intimate relationships, close relationships. Those you chose very specifically for very specific reasons. And until you learn what that is, it'll be there, holding space for you to learn that lesson that you said you wanted to learn before you were born. So, that is the message for today. I want to read that one little part from the moth again because it was really, really good. It's just phenomenal. So here's what I'm going to leave you with. And I want to thank everyone so much for being here and listening and supporting this channel and this community. And I really hope that you join the Starseed membership. And we're gonna walk together through this beautiful journey of 2022. So here it is. Practice seeing life as an infinite mystery rather than wishing it was easier or different. Practice seeing life as an infinite mystery rather than wishing it was easier or different. Ooh, I love that Mama Ocean, make friends with misery. Ooh, it's very deep. So I chose you to be a guide. Yes, you chose all of the relationships that are really significant in your life, like no coincidences. Synchronicity feels like synchronistic and amazing, but it's not a coincidence. Dawn says, Kundalini yoga keeps making me feel like Ganesh. My arms want to move all around. I just go with it. Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful, you guys. All right. Have a beautiful week. Woo! I will be back on Wednesday, and we will talk a little bit further about this Venus retrograde inferior conjunction and the phases that Venus is going to be entering. Think of it like this. It's like boom, 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 boom this week. She's like entering this. She was just in a phase that is, what did we say, 8 days long? She's about to enter a phase that's 2 days long. And then she's about to enter a phase that's 4.5 days long. And then they kind of start getting a little longer after that. But it's just like one thing after another. The changes are coming quick. We're going deeper and deeper. And we are at that point where the imaginal cells in the caterpillar are almost fully a butterfly. And you're going to have to open your wings and freaking fly. You're going to have to open your wings and learn how to fly. Okay? I love you all. I'll see you in a couple of days, and I hope you have a beautiful week. Sat Nam.